All right. So we have a sort of different type of video today. Today I want to discuss a potential fairy tale collab in Grand Cross. Now, fairy tale, if you don't know, is a battle shonen, okay? A lot of cool characters. A lot of cool characters with cool powers, okay? It's not a crazy complex series, just anything. It just has some cool characters that has a lot of powers I like. And I believe it would fit very, very, very well into Grand Cross, okay? If implemented well, which I think Grand Cross would do a fantastic job of. And in the past, we've had Attack on Titan and the Slime anime collab, right? And KOF, but not going to mention that now. We've had the Slime and the Attack on Titan anime collab. And Slime is definitely smaller than Fairy Tail for sure, although it's still pretty big. I've been watching it recently and I love it. I've been reading the manga too now. I'm probably going to read the web novel or light novel, whichever. And Fairy Tail is Attack on Titan is a lot bigger than Fairy Tail, okay? Right. So anyway, so Fairy Tail, what units would I like for the collab? Okay, for units, I would like, well, I would kind of like Gray, but like he'd definitely be a freeze unit, and we just don't need that. Okay, so we'll start with the obvious Natsu. I don't think they'd give us ZF. I don't think they would give us ZF. Okay, I don't think they'd do Lucy, because Lucy would be difficult to do with like her summons. Even though if you like do her form, I guess it would work, but I don't know. Urza maybe, and then her attack cards are just her different forms, right? We'll talk about it. Gerard, I don't know. Wendy definitely also a option. They might just do like 3 Dragon Slayers. I don't know. It's definitely, it's definitely just something to think about. You can give me your what is it called, bro? No recommendations. Your ideas. There you go. So all right. So my characters that I want, but very badly, are Luxus, cause he's sick. All right. He's just like me. If I was an anime and I had lightning powers, I'd be just like him. Alright, so he's someone I'd want. And then we'll discuss their cards too, right? What their cards would do, because it's just a fun video, okay? I didn't know what to record, so obviously, alright, video. I guess we can do Erza, even though I personally don't like Erza. Okay, well, just give me Luxus again. Yes, I am German, by the way. Someone's gonna mention it. Yes, I thought that was common knowledge. I don't like that this picture is bigger than my boy Luxus. And then let's say we only get 3 characters, okay? Because that's like the standard, and I think it'd be these 3. Or I'd hope at least. I think, okay, I think just because of the demographic and 70 since liking their small women, let's put it like that. I think we'd get Wendy for sure. But let's talk about these 3, okay? So cards. Let's start with Luxus, alright? Since I was the most hyped for him. So I thought about it. And you might think, okay, he's gonna like one card that he's gonna have, I think for sure, is a spike card, okay? A spike card, just like Zeldris, right? Just like we can actually just look at it. Skill. Oh, let's. There we go. We can use where is it? A spike card. Like he'd have like a really strong spike card. There you go. Spike card, like all these characters do. Okay. So I think that's a very high chance that he'd have that. So let me just get his card out, okay? Because it's lightning as well. Let's get this one out. Let's give him this card, right? I'm not gonna talk about stats, by the way. If you think I'm gonna talk about stats, I'm not gonna talk about stats. All right. So this would be one of his cards, and then his other card, right, would also be a lightning card. But instead of punching, it'd be his like thunderbolt type attack. I don't know. And for that, you might think, oh, it's gonna be shock. It's gonna be awful, right? Because shock is a horrible debuff. It's actually so bad. But no, you think about Rimuru and his black lightning, right? And it depletes ult gauge. So I think he could do the same thing, other than the regular skill though, right? So he'd have ult control on a different card, which would be cool. And then for his ultimate, I actually don't know. I don't know what they do. There's so much they can do, and they can have fate ultimates between. Natsu and Luxus have to have a fate ultimate, right? When he absorbs his like thunder, like he eats thunder, we have to have that, right? So yeah, that's Luxus done. And then for Urza, I think Sever. I think she'd have a Sever card. I think that makes sense. Let me go back to skill filter. Someone with Sever. who has Sever that has like a sword type thing? Mono. Wait. Yeah, there you go. That's a good card to give Urza. Well, like for like the look, right? Even though it doesn't matter what Sever card, they're all the same, right? But like anyway, Sever, I think she'd have this. And then what else? We'll talk about passives too. What else would you have? What else would Urza have? Friendship. I don't know. They all should have like a friendship attack. Urza, like a re-get, like a buff card. You know, like a Derriere buff card, I think. Like this buff card, you know. She'd buff herself, you know, like suit up in like her armor, and then she'd get buffed. I think that'd be pretty cool. Her passive is going to be difficult. I don't know what I'm going to give her for the passive. And Natsu, I think Natsu is going to have an Ignite card. So like the Meliodas one. The Demon Meliodas one. I think he's going to have 1-to-1 the exact same. Right? Because obvious reasons. And it's going to be like the Karyo no Hoko. Like the fire, like where he's spitting fire at someone. And his... Oh no, it's going to be the Karyo no Tekken. Where he punches someone, I think. For sure. And then, well, his other card I'd like to see... So he has Tekken, he has Hoko, he has Sejitsume, I think, is it called? Like the wings? It's all just fire stuff, right? I think that'd be cool if he had that. Monspeed, if he had, you know what card I'm talking about. The weak point card. If he had a weak point card in general. Because if Monspeed can have a weak point card with like this skill, then he can have as well. And then he'd have something like, hold on. He'd have a passive that you might think is broken, right? The way I'm going to explain it, I think you're going to say it's absolutely broken, but trust me, it's actually pretty balanced. I think personally, I think personally it's pretty balanced. Okay, as in it's definitely not balanced, it's broken, but it's a collab unit. Make him broken, please. So for passive, I think let's start with Natsu. Alright, because I already have the idea. So for Natsu's passive, I think what he would have is a passive that has to do with Ignite. And the way I think it is, because he absorbs fire, okay? So he'd have an Ignite card. Actually, make this AoE and make this his Karyo no Sejitsume. And this is his Tekken. His Tekken is the weak point. And his Sejitsume, like his wings one, is AoE and it applies Ignite to everyone, okay? So ignore this skill. Is there an AoE Ignite? Does Kane have one? Hold on. Skill filter Ignite. I'm actually not sure if there's an AoE Ignite. I can't think right now. Does Kane have one? Oh wait, Gila has one. No, she doesn't. No, she does. On all enemies, yeah. Does Kane have one too? On one enemy? On one enemy. Okay, never mind. Yeah, but anyway, she has an AoE one, so I'll give him that. Yeah. It works. Okay. So you have an AoE Ignite. There you go. That's better for his passive. Let me just put it over. So I'm lazy. Actually, sure, I'll delete it. So he'd have an AoE Ignite and a weak point. And his passive would be that if a hero that's ignited attack, he does not take damage from heroes that are ignited, okay? No way, that's too broken. Hold on. He takes reduced damage from, like, he takes 50% reduced damage from heroes that are ignited, okay? Oh no, he heals 50% of the damage done from heroes that are ignited. There we go. Right, so he absorbs, like he eats half the hit when they're ignited because they're on fire. I think that's smart, okay? I don't know what passive icon to give him for that. Like, what's like a heal one? Oh, actually, I know one. Hold on. Bond. There. We can give him this one. This one fits, okay? This would be his passive. Right. And then for Erza, her passive would have to do something with, like, the gear stuff. With, like, her, like, gear switching. I forgot what it's called. Or would it just be crit chance? I think Heike should just have Green King passive. Heike, I think she just have Green King passive. I can't think of a passive for her like that's like gears, like every turn she gets a different buff. I don't know. Every turn she gets attack. No, for every skill used, because every time she uses a skill she transforms. Okay, like that's like different transformations. And for every skill used, she increases her own crit damage. Okay, so it'd be like Milim. I think she'd have Milim. I think she'd have Milim's passive, right? Oh wait, but the thing is, like, I want to give her like I'll just give her Milim's passive so you know what I'm talking about. There you go. I think she'd have 1-to-1 Milim's passive. I think. And then Lux is, I don't know, bro. What would you give him this power? This absolute man. Okay. All right, that is just me like wishing because I just like Luxus a lot. I think. Okay, actually, no, actually. Okay, he'd either have blue or Arthur, I think. So again, crit damage because they're just strong people. So I'm copying this image. Build kopieren. There you go. I think he'd have Arthur, but I think a different passive that I'd much prefer would be for every ultimate gauge he has, he gains 5% attack related stats. Sounds broken, I know. It is broken. But I just think that'd be cool, okay? So I'm gonna give him Gulther. I'm gonna give him green Gulther passive as a passive. Yeah, so just be free damaging units, and the SR I guess could be happy. We could just have the SR be happy, and I don't know, he has a buff card for like a teammate, and then he has an attack card of some extent. I don't know, like a rush card. Yeah, like a rush card, I think. There you go. Those will be the three that I want with their passive. It's sort of just a fun video, right? It's just you know, nothing crazy. I just like to talk. I just want to talk about it because I do like Fairy Tail a lot. And Shin had like this one fan Shin outfit looked a lot like Lux's outfit. So I just like to have it, okay? Because I really like Fairy Tail. I'd like to have them in the game. And if a collab does happen, yo, get these units in there, okay? We could also just get like we can get Juvia. Juvia would be Gajeel would be sick too. Although I can't think of his cards, like what we have, because he has like the shadow stuff too, like mostly like the steel stuff. Juvia would be sick too. She'd have she'd have like a freeze, but it would be like a bubble. But it would be like the same thing as a freeze thing. If you pop it, you do 200% more damage on a rank 3, right? She'd have something like this. Gajeel would just have a lot of damage. I don't know. I think just a lot of. I think he'd have the same kill as Bellion, but he'd actually have good stats. Elfman would be sick. You see, like all of these would be sick. Heike, like all of these, like I wouldn't mind any of these. Like Loki would be sick. Legit, everyone would be sick, bro. Well, we could just get him because he's cooler. Yeah, like legit, I wouldn't mind anyone. Like legit, I think any unit they'd add. Okay, I don't like Urza, so I'd actually be upset if they'd add Urza and then not Luxus, because Luxus is cool. Mira Jane would be sick too, like transformation unit, and actually make her work, please. That'd be sick. But yeah, I think anyway, that's just my idea. I think those three characters would be cool to have as a collab. That's gonna be it from me though, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your ideas for units, right? You can type out whole essays of cards and passives you want, maybe even their stats if you feel like it. And yeah, that's gonna be it from me, boys. I hope you enjoyed. A little very different video, just thought I'd do it. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Okay, ciao.